Hello, Guardians. It is Ebontis here, and today is the final This Week at Bungie before Season of the Chosen launches on February 9th, which will be on Tuesday. So, if you guys were living under a rock or not paying attention to Destiny too much, the trailer for Season of the Chosen dropped. We also had the page, the new update page on Bungie.net about Season of the Chosen as well. So, what we're going to do right now is go through the TWAB, see if there's any new stuff, talk about it, and then also, if you guys are watching this, we're going to be recording the Last Word podcast with the Bearded Luke. He's going to be joining us 9 a.m. Eastern Time, 8 a.m. Central Time, right here on twitch.tv/Ebontis. You guys know I'll record that to YouTube, or I'll upload it to YouTube and then audio platforms like Spotify and iTunes later. So let's jump in. A new season upon us, new week. Season of the Chosen goes live February 9th. Empress Keitel, which I'm still waiting to hear somebody actually say verbally, has arrived to fight against the Hive. She has proposed an alliance, but the cost is too high. And whether we want it or not, Zavala is faced with a difficult choice. And if you guys have been playing since Destiny 1, that one hits pretty well. Check out the trailer to see how the conversation went down. Basically, the idea is Keitel, she's now Empress Keitel. I don't know if she's taking the, basically the reign of Callus. And she wanted Guardians to bend the knee and serve her. Zavala said just straight up no. And we've basically kind of gone to war, but she didn't just sit there and like try and kill us. I think she wants to see if we prove our worth to be partners in this battle against the Hive and the Darkness as opposed to servants. So I think that's why basically the seasonal activity is called Battlegrounds, which we'll scroll down and see. We have a whole page dedicated to the new season, which I was talking about, covered that in a separate video. Give it a visit and learn about the new private staging ground called The Helm, a new match-made battleground activity, and more. And this is the full seasonal calendar, so just a brief review. 2 battlegrounds launch on February 9th, along with 2 strikes. These are from Destiny 1, but they're new to Destiny 2. Both Devil's Lair, where you fight Sepiks, and then Fallen Saber, where you fight the saber, like, giant... can't ever remember that one. Heavy Shank. Well, I don't know. And then also the Helm, which is where it seems like the Helm is you're going to have this hammer, and it seems like that's probably going to tie into the battlegrounds, and you're going to use it the way you use like the Cryptolith lure or the Chalice of Opulence. It's got a similar feel to it. You're going to like slot things in, and you're going to be able to upgrade stuff over time. Same way probably with the lure that we had this season. You also get a new Stasis aspect quest, so we're going to get, it says quests, probably 1 for each character, I would imagine, or class. I wouldn't imagine it's more than that, because I don't know how many we're going to get all year long. So if we get 1 each season, that'd be kind of cool. Just have to see. Trials is on Friday, so that's basically the first week. The Cleansing Battleground, which is going to be on the Cosmodrome, is going to be the next week. And then the third week, we have the 4th Battleground, the Oracle Battleground, and our first Iron Banner. Outside of that, we get a new strike a month later. And then about almost a month after that, we have Guardian Games and the closing ceremonies. There is some rumors there could be hidden quests somewhere in here. There is a hidden quest. I've covered that in the other video, but that's just a brief recap. Spoils of War. Season of the Chosen is delivering some shiny new things for you to collect. We already spilled the beans for the first time. Some of your favorite weapons from Destiny 1 are showing up as Destiny 2 rewards for completing the Nightfall Ordeal. Here's the lineup. Swarm, Palindrome, and Shadow Price. So the Swarm, big machine gun, Palindrome, hand cannon, and Shadow Price, of course, is an auto rifle. It's a pretty cool one. I know it was like even like Deege's favorite, I think, of all people. So been a decent one for a while. The Nightfall Ordeal will have a chance to drop. Weapons will have a chance to drop at the end of the activity, depending on your metal, platinum, gold, etc. Master difficulty will give you the highest chance at a drop of the base version of these weapons. Adept difficulty weapons have a chance to drop at the end of the Grandmaster Nightfall when they go live later in the season. Drop chance is dependent on your metal, so if you clear platinum and get all the champions, you'll have a higher chance at a drop. Slay enough champions to hit platinum, and you will have a high chance at an adept weapon. Not guaranteed, just a high chance. But again, you'll be getting these from the Nightfall, so kind of strike-specific weapons. I don't know if it's just going to be a certain weapon for certain strikes, random across the board. I don't quite know how they're going to be specific, because Trials has a weapon per week out of the final chest. I don't know if certain strikes are going to have certain weapons dropping, or if it's just a random chance at any of the 3, because they haven't exactly clarified. Next, we got Hot Pursuit. So our pursuit set weapon this past season during the hunt was the Adored Sniper Rifle. This time we've got what looks to be a grenade launcher. Similar to season of the hunt, we'll have a new pursuit weapon for you to earn from your choice of quest. Again, you could do it through Gambit, Crucible, or Vanguard. If you're going to be doing strikes for the Nightfalls, you may as well get this thing in Vanguard. Vanguard was the easiest last time to me. They're probably none of them are too bad though. Choose between Strikes, Gambit, or Crucible to earn the new Breach Load Grenade Launcher Salvager's Salvo. Say that 10 times fast. Salvager's Salvo. Salvager's Salvo. I know they're going for alliteration there. It just sounds weird in my head. Overall, still fairly cool pick. Nice to see it's a Breach Load Grenade Launcher. I can't tell if it's going to be kinetic or not. No clue. After you've obtained your new Tool of Destruction, you'll be able to earn 3 different ornaments for it from the additional quest if you pick them up. Trials. We obviously know Trials is getting new armor. We've seen that previously. And then also we know we had a tease at some weapons. So it looks like we've got 3 of them. Let's see. We've already seen some teases of the new rewards for Trials. Looks like we've got 3 new weapons. So the weapons, this is going to be the hand cannon. That's what we saw in the trailer. This one looks to be, yeah, it looks like a kinetic grenade launcher. Doesn't it look like the, it looks, the grenade launcher, the pursuit weapon I was talking about up here, it reminds me for some reason of the Malicious Birthright. So I don't know if I'm going to be right, but if we have another kinetic breach load grenade launcher, gives you a little variety. Those are always fun to use. Here looks like Temptation's Hook, but in kind of a solar fashion. Flaming Temptation's Hook as well. Yep. Hand cannon, can't quite tell. I've seen people kind of do a lot of speculation on the type. And then up here, some people are saying it could be the Summoner, a pulse rifle. It's possible. I think that was a rumor of what was going around, but either way, seems to be like it's all here. And then here's another shot of the armor. So this is actually a cleaner shot because it was a little toned down before. It looks really cool. It's got ominous dark tones. You've got like copper. You've got some like wrappings to it. Overall, pretty badass looking armor, I gotta be honest. Even the Titan face fur change finally looks like mean. So I'm kind of excited about the shape of the helm. I would need help in Trials to get this thing, but maybe it'll give me incentive to eventually go for it over the course of the next few seasons. Not really a rush, because this is probably going to be the Trials armor that lasts for a while. It's not going anywhere for a bit. Each weapon will also have an Adept version with special mods. You can read more about those here. We'll get to that in a second. As well as a special shader that can be applied to any Adept weapon, even the ones from the Grandmaster Nightfall. So Trials is going to have a shader that can go on Adept weapons, which is cool. I don't know if the Grandmasters are going to have a shader that can go on them as well. Doesn't say it. Don't know. Some people in my chat are like, that Hunter armor looking mighty beautiful. All of them look good. All of them look fitting of the class, but also very ornate, detailed. I can dig all 3 of these. These are legit sets of armor. For the first week of Trials, armor and Adept mods will be in the Flawless chest. The second week is when you'll have your first chance of the season to grab an Adept weapon. So, first week is armor and Adept mods. Second week is the weapon. Along with these new weapons and armor, Trials has some new cosmetic rewards for you to show off. The Ghost Shell will drop chances increase as you win matches, and increases when you hit 3, 5, or 7 win and Flawless milestone each week. The Ship and Sparrow drop chances increase every time you go Flawless. Here's a look at the rewards. So, Ghost Shell looks honestly pretty legit. Kind of fantastic. Got a Sparrow. That thing is chunky. It is a beefy boy, but it looks cool. But it's definitely thick in the front with 2 C's and the ship. That's a legit looking ship. I like it. Reminds me of one of those Sparrows they had before with the big loop in the back, but I like how it's got the thin wing up above. I like, those are all like Trials definitely has at least some good rewards, cosmetics to go for. I don't know how the weapons and the mods and stuff are going to feel. Cosmetic wise, at least they knocked it out of the park, but that's never surprising. Eververse stuff always looks good too. Down here, this is the picture that was a little covered up before, but wait, there's more. Season of Chosen has several new additions to your arsenal for the taking. So these are your new weapons. Looks like we've got a bow. Can't tell what type. I swear if we get another kinetic bow, though, we have too many already. SMG. Can't tell if it's a pulse, a scout, or an auto. Sniper. Sidearm. Rocket launcher. Rocket launchers seem like they're going to be a thing because it's definitely a thing. Cult of Aeon. Now, the Cult of Aeon is a set of exotics that have been trash for a while. I think I have one of my best exotics that's also one of my worst. because it's one of my best rolls on an exotic, and I don't even know if I still have the thing because it was like a 68 stat roll. I've got to look actually at this point. I'm literally looking at dim right now because I'm curious and I want to know. That's a 63. I had one that was just absolute garbage. 63, 63. I had a good one. Honestly, I could have deleted it. It's possible. Either way, seems to be gone. That being said, nobody liked them. They were really, really terrible. Team has some cool plans to shake up the Aeon suit of exotics. It's honestly just nice to see them revisit exotics that don't get a lot of love, especially this whole set that was in theory cool, but now, you know, nobody uses them. In theory, I don't even think they were that cool, so hopefully this is better. In redesigning the Aeon cult exotic pieces, we want to lean hard into the idea that these are exotics you and your fire team wear when you really want to work together as a team. With that in mind, we had 3 main goals for the revamp mechanics. Create role-based mechanics that reward you for doing things that your role is supposed to be good at. Create mechanics that reward other players on your fire team when you fulfill your role. Give your fire team incentives for each player taking on a different role. So, instead of having a single monolithic exotic perk to handle this, we opted to take a page out of the Armor 2.0 perk and gave the Aeon Cult exotics their own unique mod socket and mods. I'm sorry, what? Which are all unlocked as soon as you acquire the exotic, and each of which is tied to one of the different Aeon Cult roles. Those mods are identical across the exotics for all 3 classes, so you can choose any role regardless of what your class is or what you're playing. Now that's actually good because Titans were very specific to like melees, and then I think Warlocks were grenade, and I think Titans were like dodge or class ability, something like that. It made sense, but so the 3 Aeon Cult associated pieces. So let's see, Sect of Force. You specialize in punishing powerful combatants before they can harm your allies. Rapid precision hits with your weapon temporarily increase your reload speed and weapon swap speed. When you stun a champion or defeat a boss/mini-boss, your nearby fire team members gain a burst of grenade and melee energy. Aeon Cult allies who do not have the Sect of Force role equipped also gain a burst of super energy. So if you're all running the same thing, you're not going to get the burst of super energy on top, hence why it's good to mix them up. Sect of Insight, successive precision weapon takedowns have a chance to drop an orb of power. So it doesn't have to be masterwork, but maybe it's a bonus one. Don't know. But it's precision weapons, so scout rifles, things of that nature. When you use a finisher on an elite, you generate special ammo for your fire team. When you use a finisher on a boss or mini boss, you generate heavy ammo for your fire team. Ooh, that's going to be fun. For your fire team. Now, I wonder if you get to see it as well. Nearby Aeon Cult allies who do not have the Sect of Insight role equipped also gain a bonus to weapon damage for a short time. These are interesting, at least. Kind of looks like the mods we get for the Halloween masks. Kind of does, yeah. You specialize in keeping your allies in the fight. Gain class ability energy as your allies die. Gain full class ability energy when you resurrect an ally. Well, this is going to be the one that nobody wants to use, but it's probably going to be like Titan or Warlock. I would imagine that the Hunter would not be using this one. When you cast your super, nearby allies gain an instant burst of healing. Not bad. Aeon Cult allies who do not have a Sect of Vigor also gain an overshield. Yeah. So theoretically, if you could like organize your fire team of 3 into roles and you could use all of these, one of you is going to share super energy, one of you is going to give a bonus to weapon damage to everybody else, and one of you is going to give an overshield, and if you're going to heal them when you cast your super as well. Definitely a big upgrade in my opinion. Now, we'll have to see it in function per se, but I could definitely see a fire team of 3 people going into a Nightfall. It may not be like the best exotic, but it definitely gives you... It could be a game, like, I don't know, game changer is the right word quite yet because I haven't seen it in action. But I will say, all in all, this is a huge step up, all in functionality, it looks like, in what you can do with these and then how they pair together. Overall, not a bad change. Have to see them in action to see somebody really put these things to use. But I can see this as a good step. And for the Aeon cult that was like sitting on a dusty shelf, people can definitely mix these things in now. It's kind of nice. Each of these mods is one perk that focuses on the user, one perk that grants benefit to their allies. Additionally, the second perk includes extra benefit for anyone in your fire team that has not chosen the same role. So for maximum efficiency, so you're going to want to wear different ones. Makes sense. Overall, specifically, did not expect to see this exotic get touched at all, much less get completely reworked like this. Happy to see it, very curious to see it in action. Overall, not bad. Yeah, if the Vigor, I wonder if the Vigor will proc Warlock, Benevolent Dawn. Yeah, there can be some definitely interesting synergy between classes as well. In the previous TWAB discussing the Destiny content vault, we mentioned that some of the content being vaulted would affect several exotic weapon catalysts, and we would be temporarily removing them while we work them into the system. Catalysts for the following weapons have had their drop sources and objectives updated to not be associated with vaulted content. Bad Juju, Izanagi's Burden, Sleeper Simulant, Cognito Sappy, Huckleberry, Worldline Zero, Polaris Lance, Telesto, Legend of Acreus, and Skyburner's Oath. The catalysts for Whisper the Worm and Outbreak Prime are still unattainable for anyone who hasn't already earned them and will be added in a future update. Overall, not bad. Those are the two other missions, but Bad Juju, that was from the Leviathan. Izanagi's was the Forges. Sleeper was brutal to get. Huckleberry, Worldline Zero, Polaris Lance, Telesto. A lot of these were some, like, not half, but a good chunk of these were either kind of crazy quests or tied to raids specifically. And since most of those raids have left, the fact that they're going to be coming into the game, happy to see it. Wish it would have been like kind of accounted for before, but it wasn't. Prime Gaming. Make sure if you have Amazon or Prime Gaming at all, log in. You get free ornaments, free Ghost, free Sparrow, all that fun stuff. All good things. Seasonal titles and Bungie rewards. Season of the Hunt ends February 9th. View our update 3.1.0 time frame for what will end. Remember, like, you've got the Stasis t-shirt, the Warden seal, the Hawkmoon mini replica. Couple things. You have to finish the task in game before obviously servers go down, and then you'll have to claim the reward by February 12th. Now you could buy it like 3 weeks after that, but if you don't go to Bungie and claim the reward and get your code, not going to be able to use it. So make sure you just claim the rewards before the season's up, and you're good to go. Item quest removal. As we announced earlier this week, before Season of the Hunt ends, it's recommended to turn in the following items and quests as they will be removed from players' inventory. Weekly bounties. Said in my other video, they're gone. Crucible tokens and token gifts, gone. Memory fragments for Stasis, also gone. Crow bounties, completely gone. All crow bounties. Weekly, daily, repeatable, save none. And then planetary materials, alkane dust, phase glass needles, seraphite simulation seeds. You'll be able to turn these into spider for glimmer. So if you do have any left and you just want glimmer for them, that's all you're going to be able to get. They also mentioned the Halo.Bungie.net website, just like old game data and things like that, is going to get basically taken offline for good. They haven't touched Halo in probably close to a decade at this point, so they're kind of done with it. So if there's any information, data, games you want to pull off of there, now's your time. Do it before the end of this season. Other than that, maintenance times, February 9th, the start of the season. Players will be removed, so it's a 1 hour downtime, pretty standard. Players will be able to log back into Destiny at 9 a.m., so 11. Actually, no, you're only taken out offline for 15 minutes. So maintenance begins at 8. Players will be removed at 8:45. 9 o'clock, it will come back up. So literally 15 minutes downtime. Download your patch, get that stuff going. There's some issues that will be resolved. Crucible, Valor, and Gambit Infinity New Light quests can be completed. Ahamkara bones now spawn in the places they were supposed to. Certain triumphs are available. Altars of Sorrow bosses will now rotate each day. Apparently that may have been broken. Warsat public event in the Cosmodrome's Mothra will now count towards bounties. Good. The Lift Tube in the Ward of Nothing will open for every player. Nice not to get killed there. Lake of Shadows will no longer become blocked if players bypass trigger volumes. Good. Sturm once again will reload any equipped energy slot weapon. Sturm's an interesting one. I never use it, but it always seems like somebody could be really strong with it. Merciless will once again increase its charge rate on non-lethal hits. That's what it was supposed to be doing. Apparently it's been broken. Thunderlord, Reckless Oracle, and other weapons will once again render their scope and or reticle. That's weird. Didn't know they were kind of busted. Got a few known issues. This, I can't tell you right here. I got a new graphics card. I was lucky enough to get one. And I'm at the point where I'm playing 1440, 60 frames per second. I played it on my 1080 Ti and it was fine. I got a new graphics card and it's worse. So, still trying to figure that one out. I'm really hoping they figure that out at some point, but man, that's kind of rough. At least they've acknowledged it, confirmed it, know it's something they're working on. You got your movies of the week. Can't play those. Artists of the week, always very cool. Shout out to all of the artists out there in the Destiny community. All good. The last TWAB of the season. It's always exciting time when Destiny content is only a few sleeps away. With new story, new strike, 2 strikes from the Destiny content vault, a new match made activity, Redacted, which is still the hidden, probably secret quest we don't know about. They said it's like a Text Mechanica exotic quest, and that's all we know. Season's jam-packed. We'll see you in the battlegrounds. So the final thing we've got is... I clicked on something up here. You can also have an Adept version with special mods. Oh, this is like an old thing about Adept weapons. That's basically it. So got some cool Trials weapons, got some cool Trials cosmetics. The armor looks good. I do not want it to be first curse or whatever that hand cannon is. It's a text mechanical weapon, and there's some people that are asking for the first curse. It was a weapon from Destiny 1 that was also text mechanica. It's a hand cannon. It's a kinetic hand cannon, and we're good. I want another type of weapon. That's my only ask. Other than that, that pretty much wraps up the TWAB for this week. As I said, the podcast will be in the morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Time, 8 a.m. Central, twitch.tv/Ebontis. Again, we've got the Bearded Luke. Should be a good chat, discuss all of this stuff, discuss the trailer, bunch of stuff. And outside of that, you guys can find me on twitch.tv/Ebontis, as always, for streaming. Also be streaming on YouTube more, so if you find me there, like, subscribe, hit the alert bell. You guys might know when I go live. And then on Twitter, kind of a good place to know everything I've got going on. Thank you all very much. If you want to support me directly, I've also got a link to my Patreon. You guys have been fantastic, though, so thank you for showing up. I'll see you in the next one.